later.
And we're live. Look at the pretty guy on the thumbnail there. He's so happy with the photo I selected.
Yeah, very happy.
Really happy. I tried to run some filters, but nothing could repair you, Frank.
Yeah. I went through the antivirus and you got a virus, right?
Yeah. My computer crashed when I downloaded that. Okay, let's start the new countdown with the new song made by Eric Badwell and Industries, right?
That's right. Soundtrack Labs.
Soundtrack Labs. Hello, here we are in English language because that thumbnail is confusing as hell. Would be something like, hey, buenas tardes.
Wouldn't that be impressive, though, if we could all speak Spanish all of a sudden?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Man.
And that Frank wouldn't understand the word we were saying because he's so English lately. Now we have a special guest down there. It's Frank and Jill. Known from
Welcome,
YouTube,
Frank.
I've seen busy man going from one live show to another today.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Let's do some shout outs because we got some people in chat already. Here we have for Red Baron, hi Red Baron. We got Andy Curtis from We Are Vaping. We got Mr. Intense, yes. We got Brian Ferguson there. You got the Red Baron. Oh, already had Red Baron, right? Brian Ferguson also had keep chatting. So sometimes I want to click somebody and I click somebody else. We got Mongo Hundreds. We got Frank and Chill. Oh, what a surprise there.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. We got Vaping Melon in the chat. Here we go. We got the Sub-Ohm guy, formerly known as the 60 Shades of What guy. We got D-Mox in the house. Fist bump D-Mox. We got Paul and by. Who else we got? I think we got Dutch there. the Netherlands as well. And everybody lurking on the end, the replay, welcome to the show. And let's talk about how our weeks went. Frank, you go first. You're our guest. You're going to say, same old, taking care of my dad.
Basically, yeah. Week pretty slow. Reviewing some stuff, doing some content for Instagram, and that's it, man. Just living, vaping, loving, eating, drinking. No humping this week, but maybe next week. That's about it.
So how was your week, Eric? You've been going on adventures in the new software called DaVinci Resolve.
Oh boy, yeah. That's been most of my week, pretty much, because I switched from Final Cut to DaVinci, and so I've just been watching a ton of YouTube videos. I went through several different courses on that in the last week, and I also switched my camera app to using Blackmagic's camera apps. I've been relearning that, so that's been most of my week. Then also cleaning up storm damage because we had the hurricane there. I mean, it's a long ways from where I live, but we still had some damage. I still got one tree uprooted in my front yard that I need to take care of, but I got most of the stuff back here. Just blew over some of this stuff and then knocked some limbs out of my trees. And
that's Storm Helen, right? Was Storm
Yeah.
Helen?
Yeah.
My heart goes to all the Americans that really lost their homes and maybe lost their lives or lost their family
there were a lot of
members.
people that were killed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, people down in like Tennessee and North Carolina got it the worst, I guess. Down there, it's just those people just got like, I forget how many inches, or I think, we got like 2 inches of rain and they got like 2 feet. It was something ridiculous, and they're just not prepared for anything like that. And there's just got massive flooding down there, and they can't get to these people to rescue them. Because it's in the mountains and a lot of these people are trapped. So it's a catastrophe for sure. And
I saw the footage on Grim Green's vlog, and that shit looks terrible, man.
yeah,
You just see a couple of rooftops. You don't see the house anymore, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's bad. And I guess just a lot of these people. There's even stories of where people have been talking to their family on cell phones, but they weren't able to get anyone to them, and then the people ended up just dying, just because they just couldn't get to them. So it's just it's sad. But yeah, just getting cleaned up from that, and then starting to do a lot more with YouTube, getting some new videos out. Still remodeling the house, getting ready to do all my hardwood floors here in a couple of weeks, and it's going to be a long process, but we're getting there. So.
I'm getting a question. I think he's from your channel, Eric. Weed is. Do you guys vape weed or just nicotine?
Well, speaking for me, yeah, we'll get into the vape and weed here pretty soon. Oh yeah, absolutely. I
used to smoke weed. I used to smoke weed, and I quit through vaping with weed, and now it's only nicotine for me.
Okay. But yeah, that's it for me. Let me turn it over to Melon. How you doing, Melon?
Well, it's been a pretty shit week, honestly.
Back at work.
Yeah, back at work. That wasn't that bad, but our cat got sick, and we're not sure what's up. We're still waiting for the doctor's diagnose if he has FIP or whatnot, and there is a possibility that might be dying soon. So that's rather shit.
Oh,
but
that sucks,
apart
man.
from that, it's been all right. Yeah, especially the not knowing what to do, right? Because it's actually pretty disturbing. There is a medicine for a few years now to heal FIP, but it's illegal in Switzerland.
Now, what is this FIP?
What does that stand for, FIP?
I already forgot.
Google it.
Feline infectious peritonitis. It's an infection of the liver and smaller intestines. And there is a cure, but it's illegal in Switzerland. There now 2 universities are doing studies where you might be able to get your cat into, and you pay like what did we hear, 5 to 6K just for the medicine, and it's just shit. But life is life, and we're gonna give him some kisses and see where it goes.
You're going to import the medication? Is there a neighboring country that is where it is allowed?
We already heard from one doc. There's Facebook groups where people illegally buy the medicine from God knows where and administer it themselves at home, which is, you never know what you get there, right?
It's risky, yeah.
Yeah, it's risky, and
it's just as risky as an illegal vape.
Risk either way.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It has some feeling of the whole vape black market thing.
Yeah, the whole black market thing. Yeah.
Gonna buy cat medicine on the black market. A sentence I never would have thought I'd say, but here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, you never know what you find on the black market. Yeah. You can get anything.
Yeah. That's also why I didn't do much for my channel. I wanted to do some videos this week, but I had other things to do. But yeah, life's been life. So I'm gonna
hand it over to subscribers, so there's a little bit more tension for you to do a video now.
Yeah, I have some in the pipeline. I gotta do some more juicy ones. But we will see.
Yeah. I love the Swiss Miss video. That was great.
Yeah, 500 people watched that. I never thought that would actually get someone's attention, but it did.
You know,
I shared it to Eric, and he watched it immediately.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You got a mention too, so that's cool.
You know, I used to do a lot of little ones like that, where other things that weren't vaping, and I was surprised when every now and then one of them would actually get some views. So
yeah, they're fun to do, right? Something different, something silly. You don't have to take seriously or something like that. That's awesome.
And then also you get full monetization. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm not even close to monetization.
You might already have the watch hours, but you still need subscribers, right?
Not even close. I'm at
I'm sorry. Well,
1.3K.
Well, when you get to that point, you'll like those videos because those are ones you'll actually get paid on, while the vaping ones you don't really.
So at least I can buy a new vape.
Yeah, I gotta make some more Swiss Miss videos so I can buy some stuff for these vaping videos.
maybe at least Swiss Miss will sponsor me.
Yeah. I'm in Switzerland, sponsored by a company called Swiss Miss from Chicago.
It makes total sense for me, right?
I imagine somebody in the office. Yeah, we got somebody to Switzerland. Oh yeah, awesome, right? So let's talk about my week. I had night to morning shifts all week, so getting out of bed at midnight, starting at 1:30. Then finish somewhere between 12 and 2 in the afternoon. So, come home, do my old man's hour nap, and then wake up again. So, it's been rough. Did a review. I did a live unboxing and first impression on the Smoland Pasito Pro that was sent to me by Smoland. So that was okay.
That looks good.
Yeah, this morning I had a big disappointment. One of my favorite anime I like is ongoing. And then you get your episode finally. And it's an episode that one of the characters is reading out of her diary. Going all the episodes I already saw. That's the biggest disappointment in anime, though.
Yeah, the fillers.
Those fillers, yeah. So, that was my week. It's about time we go check out the vape bar and see what everybody's vaping, right?
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Where's the vape bar? And guess who's first?
Surprise! No
Okay,
kidding.
so this is the 7 from Umbrella Mods. Nice dropping coil tank. I got the Ascent 200
Nice.
watt kit. I'm liking this one. I put the white drip tip just to give it a little contrast. And my Doric. I'm loving this one.
Huh.
I love it so
I
much. I
was
actually bought the
thinking
second
because
one.
I was thinking you put that drip tip there because the standard drip tip is too small for you.
Yeah, that too. You know, I have big, juicy Spanish Latin lips. The small drip tip just doesn't do it. I need something bigger like this, you know? Yeah. I got black dude lips, you know?
Like
Yeah,
the Zulu lips. The Zulu
like a
lips.
black dude singing, only you know, got the whole thing going on. So it is what it is. And that's it. Yeah, I don't do rebuildables anymore unless I have to for a review. It's too much work. Yeah, the flavor is better, whatever, but it's just too much work. Dropping coils much easier. Once it's done, you pull it out, wash the tank a little bit, and you're ready for 3 or 4 more days. So
Yeah, you
that's it.
you do 4 days with one coil with one stock coil.
Yeah,
How much do you vape? Come on.
I vape a lot. Yeah, I vape a lot. But yeah, I get about 4 or 5 days from the PMPX coils. That's what I get from them.
Oh wow.
But I'm really special about the flavor, so maybe I throw them out a little sooner than I should. But
When you notice the flavor drop, that's when you throw them out. Yeah. Because when in rebuildables, you told me like you do like every 2 days you put new cotton in there.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what makes.
Every 2 days, I will take out the cotton, wash the RDA. I will dry burn the coils, and I will do it all fresh. Yeah, because you can tell. I mean, if it's too gunked up, or even if you have like a small brown stain, you already lose flavor.
You lose flavor. Some people vape through it and then get accustomed to it, but
no, not me, man. If it's past 2 days, I can feel it in the throat. I'm like, no, I gotta change it.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the same with the PNP coils. They last me 3 days, and then I noticed the flavor's gone or changed, and I would change the coils.
Yeah.
I'm totally the same there.
Yeah. I mean, what Cheryl says, rebuildables are fun if you like the hobby part of it. I mean, it's the same thing like Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, I don't like to paint the little sculptures and put out the table and all that. I like to play it, but I don't like, they're painting them. No. So I guess it depends.
See, I'd always been a disposable guy, but when I started using this one, I noticed that, the coils, I lose the flavor within just a few days. So what I don't understand is how a disposable can have a coil that I'll use a disposable for like a week or 2 until it dies, and it'll taste all right. But then on this thing, a few days in, I got to replace the coil.
That's because the disposable will have a higher percentage of aroma in there. So it's over flavored anyway. So even if the coil burns out, it will less likely that you really taste that unless the coil is completely burned out.
Okay.
Yeah, they have high resistance than you would have in a pot.
Gotus is asking a lot of questions about coils. Why are aliens so popular? He asked earlier, and now he's asking, I like space. Well, I think I get more vapor between the gaps in the coil. Oh wait, that's somebody's answer. It's going too fast.
Or contacted.
Which is better, space coils or contacted coils? What do you think, Frank?
I tried spaced in a couple of builds, and it didn't feel right, man. Plus, I was getting more. I forgot how you say it in Spanish. In English. The sparks. The crackle. Yeah, the crackle. I don't like crackle with my vapes. It has to be no crackle, and it can't be turbulent. If it's turbulent, I gotta do the build all over again. It's because I put the cotton wrong or something, but I don't like it turbulent either. No crackle, no turbulence.
So space coils give more crackle, in your opinion?
I tried it. I tried with 2-3 builds, and I had more crackle, so I stopped. I stopped doing it.
So you're passing it on to Frank?
Eric.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, let's see here. On the nicotine side of things, nothing new today on that. I'm actually back on. I just realized the two that I grabbed both have fidget spinners on them.
Yeah.
I guess I was in a mood this morning. This one, this has been out for a while. This is an Elf Bar product. Yoko. I forget how many puffs. This is, I think, like a 10,000 puff or something. And just disposable. This was the first one I ever saw that had a fidget spinner on it. And then also got my Kumiko with fidget spinner. But what I wanted to show off today was this. This came in the mail this week from Mellow Fellow. So now, you guys that are anyone who's into the THC vapes, especially in the United States, can be familiar with this brand because this is hugely popular here. I had never really been familiar with them, but they contacted me and they want to send me one of these boxes every now and then. So it's just got all kinds of stuff in it. And
That's the company you got a discount code for, right?
I do.
If anybody's interested in that and in the States, just contact him on Instagram. He'll give you the code.
Now, so boy, this is just loads and loads of gummies. Let's see here.
Oh, gummies.
All these little packs of gummy. How many did they send me here? I love this, and a lot of these companies use this same material. So,
Yeah.
Wow, the same thing.
Looks
Just
like that
jumped in.
stuff.
Hi, Kenny.
Let's see here. So,
I call those the Christmas remnants. It looks like all the stuff you put in the Christmas tree.
yeah, there you go. So,
Christmas remnants.
so those are all little 2-packs of gummies that all do different things. These they have different ones for like different moods. Like okay, so we got this. We got Momentum, which is the energy blend, and these all have different cannabinoid profiles. So like, what's this one? Okay, so this one's CBD, CBG, THCV, and CBC. So it's mostly CBD with some THC, but then there are other ones that are just all THC. Like, what's this? Okay, the Happy Blend. Oh, that one's CBD. Then the Focus Blend is THC and CBD.
So when you're driving, you need to use that one.
Driving gummies. Disclaimer: we're not recommending driving gummies. Now here we go. This is more like what I'm talking about. Delta 9. That's your good stuff right there. Your old Delta 9. That's what we think of when we think of THC and weed. And these are 10 milligrams. So this, that's an entry level gummy, I would say, 10 milligrams. But Delta 9, when it's 10 milligrams of that, you can feel that for sure. Here's another one. Looks like same thing in different flavor. So yeah, so all those, and then 2 bigger bags of gummies. All kinds of stuff. These are Delta 9. Nice. So those are going to be some pretty powerful ones.
Yeah.
And looks like these are HHC, which is something that's a little different. Okay, HHC is just a different cannabinoid, but I think in some places where THC isn't legal, HHC is. I believe that it was legal in the UK before they could get like Delta 8 and things like that.
In Spain, Eric, in Spain. In Spain, it's legal for now, the HHC.
Okay, so there you go. So there you go, Frank. You could use these then.
Yeah, I have.
I see it in France as well, and in the Netherlands, THC is already legal, so I got the rest.
Okay, and check this out, guys. They sent me some joints. Now I know that this isn't. This is off topic, but look at that.
Real split.
These companies send me all this stuff that you burn all the time, and it's like, I don't really use it, but it's cool to have it for a week. And look at these. They're like little personal.
Oh, those are small.
Yeah, I mean, half of it is the filter, but you need that. So, and I haven't tried these yet. I actually planned on it
You
this
can make a
weekend.
video. You invite some friends over who do smoke. You let them smoke it. And hey, how you feel? You got a great content
You could just
there.
you could get 4 buddies and just give them each one of these things. You just
Yeah, see
each
what
got your own.
happens.
You know that maybe that's the idea.
Yeah,
They sent me
go
one
this
vape.
go this
So
touchstone singularity has a comment for you there, Eric. I'm
an
dying to
R.
see Eric using an RDA.
You see, the thing is, I don't really even know what that is. I think I know what that is.
You know the thing you sent me once that the guy was folding a mesh inside of a dripper, and then he put the wax on that little mesh thing. That's the
Oh,
way you would use an RDA, though.
yeah. I do need to get one of those because I've gotten like quite a few little things that concentrate that I don't know how to use or don't really have a thing to use. So yeah, I want to do that. But
So you
anyways,
need an RDA, a mesh RDA, so you can put it on your Aegis and do that.
I'm thinking about taking one of these little things of gummies here today. What should I take? Should I take the energy blend, the focus
The Delta
blend,
9 one. The Delta 9 one, of
the
course.
Delta 9 one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, so let's look and see what's Delta 9. So Delta 9 ones are going to be okay. Delta 9. All right. So it looks like we got elderflower.
Or take just, you know what? You can take one of each.
Well, there's 2 gummies. Which one should I take, guys? Should I take green tea, peach, or elderflower?
I think the peach is the most tasty one.
I agree. I'm glad you picked that because that was the one I wanted to take. Peach apricot infusion. So this is 10 milligrams THC, Delta 9
And
THC,
CBD.
10 milligrams CBD. So I like these little blister packs that they do because a lot of the times when you don't know if a gummy's going to be any good, you don't want to spend $50 on buying the whole jar of them.
Yeah.
So, all right. Ooh,
I might as well go with Eric on this voyage.
That's CBD or AHC? You doing that?
Ooh, they smell good. Well,
Fiji.
anything worth doing is worth doing right.
Taking 2. Damn.
Okay, I like these because these are firm. Sometimes these gummies are so soft and sticky they just fall apart. But this tastes right. Yeah, they're good.
Why would you
know here a
want
little
an
bit how they are.
energy THC gummy? There goes a question from Destroy. When you're gaming, maybe?
No, here's the thing with gummies. Gummies tend to last a long time. So you take some gummies during the day. If you get something that's going to knock you out for 5 or 6 hours, you take that in the morning, can lead for a not very productive day. So if you still want the effects, but you don't want to be knocked out, that'd be why, really.
Yeah, but if you do it daily, it doesn't knock you out. It will just make you feel normal and get productive, though.
Pretty much. I think the indica stuff is definitely better for nighttime use, and then the energy stuff for daytime. So, and yeah, I think it's more for people that use it quite a bit that do use it during the day because I think when you first start, it's more of an always at nighttime thing. But then when you get a little bit more into it, you start using it at different times of the day.
But
I remember when I was still smoking weed, I would wake up, I'd go to bed. In between, I would drive a truck while smoking weed all day long. Then I got caught by the police with it, so that's why I stopped, actually.
You know, that
I
happens
wasn't allowed
with
to drive for 9 months. I stayed home for 9 months. That shit was awful. Sabina was giving me all kinds of chores because, like, yeah, he doesn't feel very busy. Let's give him some chores that he can do. No, it's making me even feel worse, man. So you're vaping anything, Eric?
I'm just still vaping on this one right now, and just whatever I grabbed this morning, and then also what's in my pocket. Oh, I'm still vaping on some of that Kang vape stuff. It's over there on the floor. I dropped it right now, but okay. Here now, this is funny. I'll see if I can show you guys this. Okay, now can I flip my camera on this, Bic? Is that possible? How do I
Maybe
do
in
that?
settings.
Are you wearing pants?
Okay, check
Are
this
you
out.
wearing-
This
You're wearing pants.
Oh, it's Ozzy.
actually no, that is Sharon, which
The new
I thought
Sharon
was a
2.0.
girl. Sharon was
The
supposed
Sharon
to be a girl, but then
2.0.
the other day Sharon started strutting like that, like he's doing right now. So Sharon turned out to be a boy turkey. So now I have Ozzy and Sharon Okay, so here's the way I look at it, right? They are just a modern 2020s couple. They're still Ozzy and Sharon. Sharon is just transsexual now. So
Yeah, and that makes Ozzy gay.
Yeah.
no,
Or
Vic,
Eric.
that's not what they say.
Eric.
Not gay just because she's
Eric.
trans.
Sharon identifies as female. Okay.
I think, Eric, that Sharon ate one of your gummies, and now Sharon is confused.
Hey, don't say that, man, because I just ate 2 of them.
Sharon is like, I identify as an Apache helicopter.
So
Hey,
since
man,
when
that'd be
does
all
this
right.
show get so woke, man?
I can actually now. Here's the thing I've noticed with me. Used to when I would take gummies, they would take like 2 hours to kick in, but then they would last like 3 hours. Now I take gummies, they take a few minutes to kick in, and then they only last about an hour or two. And I don't know if the formulas on them have changed or whatnot, but like I can already feel a tiny bit off those from just a few minutes ago. It's weird like that. I think the new stuff's just different that way. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's been on me for a while. Let me pass it over.
The
I
vaping
was going to
melon.
say,
All right.
I'm gonna pass it up. I have a promise. I have a promise made to Frank yesterday that I'm last today.
All right, yeah, I've got more or less the same stuff like last week, still on the Warhammer. No, not Warhammer, the Hammer of God with the Valkyrie. But I have a gripe with this. My magnet fell off from the door.
No,
yeah.
Don't know why, but
you have to
That
super glue it. Super glue
you
it.
can probably just super glue it back in.
Yeah, but it's not cheap. It should be like done properly, so it doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to research if anybody else had that problem or if it's just a one-off. I mean, a one-off can happen, right?
Yeah, it's like my wrist that the magnet fell off. I'm the only one actually had it fall off. It's inside of my review, and I left it in there.
Shit happens, right? If it's more than one, then I get a little bit more confused. Of course, still the Pulse V3 with the Reload S, because the Reload is just my favorite dripper with Sunset Boulevard in there. Then I still got my Empire going, but this time around I put an older RDA on top, the Bunker.
Oh,
I
Bunker.
have a love-hate relationship with this RDA. I always put it aside because like the airflow is sharp, it's prone to over squonking, but at the end of the day it gives good flavor, so it comes back every now and then. And I gotta do an update on my Empire because the voltage drops are real even after PCB replacement. And yeah, we can just I've heard it a lot. I hope the PCB board changing would help. I changed it on this Empire, on the black one, and on the stubby, and I'll still have a voltage drop issue. Not as bad, and I think we gotta be honest. So we
the newer EC chips don't have this problem though, so that's good.
I got it still. I still have it. It's not the battery capacity issue, but the voltage drop actually that I still have.
Yeah, but I mean on the Ascent, this has a completely different chip.
Yeah,
There's
Yeah,
no
the
this
newer
anymore.
chips are all right. It's just
Yeah.
the Empire and the original
And
stuff.
the stubby. Yeah.
Some MTL action with a K-Fun Light on a Warhammer. I think I got this last week as well. I rewigged my Har RTA.
Oh,
I still
R.
love this one. I love this one. It's just such a good restricted direct line.
Is that a precision or not?
No, it's
Har.
the R RTA.
It's
Oh,
the one
okay.
that
yeah.
Todd in his shed did.
But it looks like the precision a little
And
bit.
it's on the Telema
It
Solo,
has a
right?
little bit.
That's the
Yeah.
Telema Solo? Yeah.
That's the Lost Vape.
Mm.
That's my
Solo.
building station, basically.
Huh.
I
Is
don't
that
know
the
why,
one?
but it just became it.
Is that last one with the DNA chip or just the regular version?
That's the regular one.
Regular version, yeah. I'm more
And-
just confused.
Of course, there's still my Matu, which is also
I
a
love this
love-hate
graffiti look.
relationship.
I love it.
It looks just dope. That's gonna stay in rotation really, really badly. And the last one, always a tube, still the Dreamer with the Nightmare. I gotta wig something for my Italian, not Italian, but still my tubes there that I got in Italy.
Yeah.
And suiting for
Yeah.
Italian, I'm drinking Moretti, which is an Italian beer that's strangely loved in Switzerland. Like, we have an obsession with Moretti somehow.
Yeah, we have it here in the Netherlands as well.
I don't know why, but Swiss people love Moretti. Like, in every pub you can get it, everybody loves it. I don't know why it's a good beer, but like, why with this one? Why such an obsession?
Why such an
Okay.
obsession?
There's
I
certain
guess
brands
it's-
like that here in the U.S. that are just a brand of beer from somewhere in the world that's extremely popular here, and I never understand why that one brand got picked. But,
Yeah,
No.
it's not
No,
that
it's-
bad. It's just, why this?
yeah.
There's a million others.
Well, what I've come to find out around here is like a lot of the times there were brands like Heineken and Corona that
Corona.
were
Mm.
beer brands from other companies that were extremely popular in the U.S. And then I found out later that a lot of those brands, I'm not sure about Heineken, but I'm pretty sure Corona, a lot of them are actually owned by Budweiser, owns the American distribution for that brand. So
Ah,
that's why
okay.
it's extremely popular here,
Yeah.
because it's the biggest U.S. company is pushing the brand. So it could be something like that maybe they've got like a really good distributor in your company, in your country.
That could be.
So
I mean, Italy is pretty close, so. But Corona is a good beer. We gotta be honest here, and especially with the coronavirus, through the whole lockdown season, I only drank Corona.
Just like
anybody
anybody's,
asks, yeah, I have Corona.
I'm drinking Corona. I'm safe.
I had always heard people here say that Mexicans in Mexico don't drink Corona. That only Americans drink Corona. But then
Yeah,
I went
yeah.
to Mexico on my honeymoon, and they were all drinking it down there. So
They didn't drink Desperados.
Oh, the Desperados, yeah.
Yeah, I'm drinking Moersleutel, a hazy IPA, 5.5%. It's already finished the can though, but it's called Crank the Juice. And Moersleutel, as the symbol says, it's wrench or spanner, however you want to call it. So already finished it, so I'm gonna have to grab a new beer after my birthday. I'm on my pipe. And there we go. I can show it here. The Gandalf
Yes.
DNA
I
16
love that thing.
with the K-Fun X on top, and yeah, makes me feel like Sherlock Holmes. Inside of that, I have some Rebel Bogan. There we go. And
Who
there's
makes it?
some other. Let's dive down because you used to have me doing this. I'm also using the Rift AIO there with the same juice. Also, I set up the shift tank for MTL. Have a nice battery wrap there.
Of course,
I still love this AIO. I love this design.
Movies.
But then I also have this juice in multiple devices. The Zodiac Zeus Juice Sour Orange Lemon. I have it in my Raiden limited edition Forged Carbon with drop that two on the top, and it's very fresh in this. So I was like, let's try it out in an RTA. So I got a setup there here. It's the first LPV Ultra mold here with the Osiris 30. And yeah, it's still very fresh there on 90 watts. But in the pod, I really like it. So I'm using it also the Sharon T50. And here it's less refreshing, but more sweet and sour. And then I really like it though. So that's that then. I also have a little bit of it in here, but then mixed with some sour apple because I did the review of this, and I first put the direct long coil in there, and then I used the sour orange liquid, and then I tried for MTL, so I grabbed the Nick salt. But before I did that, I emptied everything in a bowl. And then after the MTL coil, I was like, okay, I'm going to empty this also in the bowl, and then grab my syringe and then just put the mixed fluid back in there. So I got a nice mixture in the Pasito Pro now. But I do love the design of this thing, though. It looks really nice.
Yeah. It looks okay, yeah.
Yeah. I think the airflow is a little bit hollow, though, but still gives me good flavor, though.
So how do you like that sour apple flavor, Bick?
Yeah. I'm using the Geek Vape Legend 3 with the Dead Rabbit 2024 special edition. What was it called? With the colorful glass? Yeah, 2024 edition. And inside of that, I don't have the bottle on hand because it's already empty. But there is some 12 monkeys sanctuary in there. So I do love this setup though. I'm getting the solo soon of the Legend, and then I'm gonna do a Legend 3 video. I'm just gonna pair the solo with the dual battery one. Then I have my top size V4 dual with the Dead Rabbit Max, and inside of that I have some Zeus Juice Midas. Where is the bottle? Oh, here it is. Here we go. The Zeus Juice Midas, a very good butterscotch flavor there, and custard. And then I'm still testing the Cloud Flask X by Aspire. Inside of that, I have some Rebel Bogan Musk Filled On, which is flavor. Actually, it tastes like old Australian candy, but also very common in South Africa. So I'm using also the X Cross 4 Mini there. I like the design on this thing. And inside of that, I have some cherry watermelon, also from Zeus Juice. And I'm also using the Smog Mark 3 here with the DJ Deja Vu 2 on top of there, RDTA. Inside of that, I have OTB juice, watermelon kiwi. And yeah, I'm using the Orion there with the RDA, which I really like. So I'm going to shoot a review for that Saturday if nothing newer comes in. And inside of that, I have another Rebel Bogan juice, Pash My Melons. Oh, almost sounding like a Bogan fanboy here. Then I have, of course, a mechanical mod always. Osiris, also 30 milliliters. Inside of that, I have the Newlicious Boysenberry Jam Scone, which is truly artwork there. The true artwork there. And that's actually my buffet. So back here. Back on top. So yeah, that rounds up the So that was the vape part. I really need to go to the toilet and grab a new beer. So you guys, you have any questions for Frank? You shoot.
How is the law for vaping in Spain? How have you been with the government?
They do stupid commercials. They do stupid commercials on TV. We just had one right now. and they put vaping and smoking in the same group.
Yeah.
We're basically getting what all the world is getting. I mean, they want to start with the flavors. They want to tax it. They already put like a hefty tax in the Canary Islands because the economic situation, the taxes and all that is different from the mainland to the Canary Islands. So I think that the Canary Islands, they're doing like a dry test. No, dry. You call it? You say it like that? Dry test? Like a pre-test of the It's like a pre-test of how it goes, and if it's good for them, they'll probably put taxation here in the mainland. We still don't know if only vape shops will be allowed to sell it, or they're going to take it directly to the tobacco shops. The tobacco shops are special licenses that you have to buy, and you can open a tobacco and a lottery shop. If you don't buy the tobacco,
we have like the same thing here in the Netherlands, but like the vape shops, in order to sell vape products, they need to have the same tobacco license as the tobacco shop. So now when the flavor ban initiated, all the vape shops start selling tobacco or smart drugs.
Is the tax on your nicotine or on everything?
Sorry?
The tax, do you get it on your nicotine or on everything?
And for now, it's in the liquid and the e-liquids.
Okay.
That's why they started. That's why the company started selling the short fills over here.
Yeah.
Because before we only had the long fills. You know, you take the cap off, you put the neck, you mix, and you're ready. Now they're selling a lot the short fills. But
because you pay how many cents per milliliter?
Oof, I don't know how much they're paying in the Canary Islands, but it's quite hefty. It's quite a big.
Sounds like Germany, right?
Yeah, but that's not the worst problem. The worst problem is that if they cancel out the vape stores, they're going to close like 300, 400 shops. 3,000 or 4,000 people are going to be without a job, and you can only buy the vape stuff at the tobacco shop. But the tobacco shop, they sell by the numbers, like a lot of quantity of people. You know, a pack of cigarettes here, and a pack of cigarettes takes like 30 seconds to give the pack, get the money, and you get a new client. But with vaping, you gotta
explain stuff. The brands that tobacconists carry is like little pot system, maybe a Just Fuck You 16 or something like that. It's like bullshit devices. Well, the vape store will have a variety of devices, so and better devices.
Yeah,
it's somehow the same like in Australia. They force people that don't want to sell vapes to sell vapes, right? So that's
it's all about money.
But things are changing now in Australia. Yes, they are forcing it, but only pharmacies can sell vapes.
Yeah,
but they can sell other kinds of brands. But now vape stores are rebranding themselves as pharmacies. So that's what's going on there now. I watch Legion his show, so I keep updated there. But that's good. You can get decent, maybe older stuff because they are selling off their old stocks from before the ban and everything in pharmacy style. But you need to like sign up, show your ID, you get your prescription, stuff like that. You know,
so it's like
bullshit.
Here we don't have weed stores, we have dispensaries now.
Yeah.
So it's basically like a vape dispensary.
And you need the card, but the card it's piss easy to get. You know, you go to the guy, hey, I was DJing back in 1992, and my main mix finger just hurts a little bit, you know, when I go like this. Can I please have the card? He's like, sure, there you go.
And I always, because like you're a European country, so you have the TPD advising rules, right? Like in the Netherlands, they only sell like 2 ml tanks and stuff like that. But in France, they don't care fucking nuts about fucking 2 ml. They care. The highest nicotine you get is 2%, but they have bigger tanks. How's that in Spain?
And in Spain, it's almost the same thing. They sell you the device with a TPD tank, the TPD version, but then later on, in the store, you can buy a proper 5 ml tank, or just a bubble glass, or like this, for example. Like this one comes with a 2 ml. Okay, this is for the PMPX coils. This comes in 2 mils, but in the store, you can buy the other one that has 5 mils.
But actually, they should give you that for free as a free gift because they're not allowed to sell you that.
Actually, it is what it is, man.
That's an option, though.
It is what. here in Spain, if they get serious with the taxes, I don't think they're going to be able to put like a special tax onto devices like mods, pods, or even the tanks or anything. They can't tax the e-liquid either because they use it for food too. So it's kind of like a gray area there. You know what I mean? I think that if they go hard, they're going to go hard with the NIC.
That's what they did in Switzerland.
Yeah,
we get taxes on nicotine. But like in Germany, actually, they did put taxes on liquids, and it went as far. I've heard the story. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard if you buy VG and PG, you can buy it without paying taxes. As soon as you mix the two, it becomes a vape product, and you yourself would have to register at the government and pay taxes. And they caught someone doing it and got him for tax fraud because he mixed PG and VG at home. I heard
that's crazy.
I don't know if it's rumor,
that's
but
crazy.
like it would suit the German government somehow.
So everybody in Germany who's DIYing is a felony?
Yeah, basically, yes. They're tax
You're a
fraud.
criminal, you're DIYing.
I'm picturing now this guy really depressed going to the front of the police station. Hey, coppers! PG, VG. Yeah.
I think it would be more effective if you were standing in front of the tax building, though. They will call the cops on you.
But it's crazy that it gets to that point. I mean, come on, man. I mean, if they want to make money from it, just have vape stores be special and have them get some courses and all that, and that's it. The government is still going to lose money.
Yeah, I mean, like putting tax on nicotine, I'm okay with that somewhat because I think like it's the same like in cigarettes. Yeah, it's the nicotine. It's bad for you, even if it isn't. But that's another discussion. But I can understand it. Like you want to get taxes, sure, put it on nicotine. But everything else is just stupid at that point. Like we get with the labels and shit like that. That's just to annoy people, and that's not what a government should do.
Yeah, it's like you buy a device and then on the device already get the warning. This product contains nicotine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get that too. Yeah, right.
I don't know how it is in your guys'
There's
country.
no nicotine in the device yet, though.
I'm concerned if my tank has nicotine in it.
Used to put nicotine in there, then there will be nicotine in it. But yeah, I think they have to put it on there.
Yeah, but a tax is okay as long as they make it accessible for everyone because not smoking is good for everyone. So they can't cut it and put it like VIP high end type of stuff that only rich people can vape. You know, it's
not good for everyone. That's the key point. It's not good for big pharma and big tobacco, and that's the ones they care about, right? The ones that gives money.
And the treasurers from the government. Because here in Spain, for example, every year that you work, the government takes a certain amount. That amount is for your pension when you retire. Totally different than anywhere else. So, do you think that the government wants you to retire at 85 or 65, 70 or whatever and live 20 years more? No.
No, they want to die.
Smoke, so you can
they want you to die.
Because that's a lot of pension.
That way. Yeah.
No, 15 years of pension. How much money is that per person? A lot. Yeah. Now multiply it by everyone that's old.
See, that is the problem here in the United States because our social security system, when it was invented, which is something similar to what you're talking about, when it came out in 1946, which says you can retire at 62, life expectancy was 65. So the thing is, now they still have it set at your benefits can start at 62, but with modern lifespans, people are living so long, the system is starting to collapse because it was never meant for people to live as long as they are. Yeah. So now they're looking at the entire Social Security system going bankrupt unless they extend the age to where you cannot get your benefits until later. And then a lot of people are angry. They're saying, now I'm going to have to work the rest of my life until I get my Social Security. Well, but the thing is, if we start giving it to everyone as early as we're giving it to them now, no one's going to get it in a few years because it's all going to be bankrupt. So we're kind of in a mess in the United States with that right now.
It's the
Yeah,
same
you're
here.
even in a bigger mess because, like the states, they require the money from the tobacco settlement that they have.
Mhm.
So, and they
Oh,
are
yeah.
losing. They are losing big time because
Yep,
a
because
lot
they've
of
had
people
all
are
that money
switching over to
allocated since the
vaping.
60s. So yeah, when it don't come in, they can't do what they need to do and what they've already got planned. So yeah, so they're fine. They're trying
Yeah.
to kill
And
vaping.
then they
Same
say
here.
the youth epidemic of vaping. The word
Yeah,
epidemic
Yep.
is actually only used for a virus and not for some
Yeah.
use of a drug, though. But it
Yeah.
sounds
And that
threatening,
Zen
though.
stuff is the devil. Can't have that because that'll really make you stop smoking then. You know?
But what really hurt the vaping community as a whole was those first cases that arise there in the U.S. from these kids that were having the fake cards.
Well,
That in the
the
beginning
people
was
that wanted to
a
kill
big hit.
vaping grabbed that story and turned that
Yeah.
story into their narrative and
Yeah.
have to this day, man. It sucks that happened
Yeah.
because that
Yeah.
gave them something, that gave them a bullet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but now doctors, from what I heard, doctors over there now ask for the test because those first cases that they had, they just said, no, I was only vaping. But that was because the parents were there watching. No, it's just vaping. But then later, now the doctors actually do the drug test so they can see if what they were having. Because not just vaping, it's what that acetate, that vitamin E they were using. So,
Yeah.
so that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess what a lot of that was people that were there was one company that had made an additive that other companies could use to put in THC vapes to make it stretch longer.
Yeah.
And it was something from that additive. At least one of the things was that made
Yeah.
some people sick. But that was just one company doing
Vitamin
something they
E
were supposed to.
acetate. That's vitamin E acetate.
Vitamin acetate.
They cut it up with vitamin E acetate, and that would put people in the hospitals. And this was only happening in 2 cities, in 2 areas. So
Yeah.
but they pumped it up like it's like worldwide problem almost. So,
And still, you have to blame the kids because they're dumbasses. I mean, they go to the local 7-Eleven and a guy in a Capri 1970 opens the trunk. Hey, what do you want? I mean, if you buy it from there, it's...
I just Googled it because
I don't ever want to get political at all on this show, but it's the time of year that I really feel that it is on topic. Because here in the United States, we of course have the biggest election coming up that we've certainly ever had in my lifetime, possibly ever. It's going to change everything. And as far as vaping goes, it is the Democrat side that is trying to stop it here in the United States. They're the ones that are even trying to kill Zen. Anything that which is kind of odd, but that's where it is coming from. And as far as the like THC and this type of thing, as far as that goes, like the bill that made this stuff legal in the United States was signed by Donald Trump during his administration. We could not even have this in most of the U.S. until Trump signed that bill. So Trump gave us legal weed. And Trump's not trying to kill vaping. And the thing that you see from the other side, they're even trying to kill Zen. They're trying to stop vaping. They're trying to make all that illegal. They are for legal marijuana. However, they want it to all be controlled by the government. And then it will all be, you'd have to buy extremely expensive licenses. And while right now you can go into any shop and buy Delta 8 and buy as much of it as you want for super, super cheap. So if you're into vaping and if you're into Delta 8, Donald Trump's going to be your man. So,
but it's tough in the U.S. now, Eric. I mean, apart from what you mentioned, I have a friend who does videos in New York about the current crisis there in New York and everything, and it's just scary. It's scary. But the same situation we have here in Spain. A lot of people coming in, and it's putting stress on the local economy and everything.
Yeah, and I think we also have like in the Netherlands like immigrants coming from Ukraine, and before we have from
boy.
Syria. They're coming, yeah, and they get housing, they get everything for free.
Yeah. Same here, same
The
here.
country that the national people are suffering because like the Dutch cannot find a house. If they don't even have the money for it, it's hard to find a house. I think
I
it's the
wasn't
same in
even gonna
Spain.
go
It's
into
the same in the
that,
US, I guess.
well, in the American news, if you guys have heard the story about Springfield, Ohio, which is a small town of 60,000 people, and they just bust in 20,000 Haitian immigrants. So you figure, town of 60,000 now, 8,000 and a quarter of the people are Haitian immigrants that can't speak your language, and they're having so many problems here because they've given all the immigrants temporary driver's licenses, even if they don't know how to drive. They just automatically get one, and there's all these horrible traffic accidents. There's problems with these people. There's stories that they're eating animals out of the park,
They're eating the
like
dogs.
ducks
They're
and
eating
stuff.
the cats.
There's even stories of that. And at first, that was everyone laughed at that story at first because Trump said that during that debate. And everyone's like, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. And then all these people from that town started going on YouTube being like, no, they ate my cat. This is happening. So it's just crazy, man. And
Yeah, like I'm totally not against immigration and all of that. Like Switzerland is an immigration country, but it's getting ridiculous. I just pulled it up. In the last 20 years, we had an increase in what's
Population?
called population. Thank you. Of 21% in a small country like ours. We had like 7 million people in this country. Just imagine that how many people more we are.
wow,
I'm
man.
totally for immigration, all of that. Like we gotta help each other, right? But it gets ridiculous at one point or another.
But we have to keep in mind that it's also an economical thing for the politicians, because the politicians, they get their cut out of it. I don't know if it was in the US or Canada that they took this company because they were making foods and charging one amount of money, and it was much less, and it was a subpar a product. And it was someone from City Hall. I think it was something like that. Well, same thing in Spain too. The politicians, they hire family members to run all the help for all the immigrants, and they're getting paid a lot.
Well, they know
So
every one of those immigrants is a guaranteed vote on their side.
Yeah.
So they want to bring in as many as possible just to keep
Yeah.
themselves in office. That's the whole thing here. They are busing in immigrants into red states, into Republican cities in areas in the US that normally vote Republican, to try and turn those states blue by busing in immigrants to attempt to switch the vote. So
Yeah, but if you're a politician, that's because you supposedly love your country. So how can you be getting money on one side and on the other doing something that's bad for your country?
I
Because
say
also-
Eric for
yeah.
president.
You
Eric for
understand what I mean,
president.
I
right?
would want the job.
I got a little game for you guys because youth vaping. Our new laws got passed because youth vaping was so bad and so tragic and everything. I just pulled the numbers. In Switzerland, year 22, we had 7% using snooze, like the thing you put on the lip,
Yeah.
and we had a vape usage of 5% for youth. Now, guess how many percent we had smoking?
45.
70.
You're a little bit off. It's been almost 30%. It's like 25%. Just imagine 5 times more than vaping, but vaping is the bad thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, government is a fun thing to research.
Yeah, that's the thing that in the United States, one side has control of almost all of the major news networks. So most people, that's the only news they see. So they're not seeing the actual news; they're seeing the news narrative from that side, and it's very unfortunate because most people will not get on YouTube and try and look up what's actually happening. So
It's not even like just the news, it's social media as a whole. You get presented to you the stuff that you like. That's the whole algorithm behind social media. So if you have an opinion, you will always see stuff that's in your opinion. We live in a total bubble. It's the same thing happens to us, right? It's not like we are any better. It's just a reality. We get to see what we want to see.
Actually,
And that's getting worse with the whole internet age.
You have to make an effort to see the other side, and most people don't.
Yeah.
It's
And how do you guys feel about
hard.
our phones listening to us and showing us ads from whatever, something that you've stared at too long on your screen, and then next thing you know, the next 5 videos you watch
It's
are
scary.
about that person?
It's scary as fuck. I mean, I work in IT. I know how this stuff works, and just knowing what ads I get, like I researched something like in school. That's 10, 12 years ago when I did my apprenticeship. I looked at airplane models for like half an hour just for fun because we had the discussion. For the next 2 weeks, I just got airplane model ads on my PC. That's just scary as fuck.
Yeah. Well, and you can probably tell me a lot more about this, Melon, because I've noticed it will show me videos or ads for things that I know I haven't even spoken to someone on or even clicked on. And then what I've heard is that it will even notice if you're scrolling, how long you stay on something.
Yeah.
Or even notice your express. Okay, I've noticed I'll be watching a video, and then if there's a scene where I'm like, that's cool, it will show me the next video will be about the scene where I said something on. So like my phone heard me react, and it picks up on that.
It's not really about her, but like your behavior, how you scroll, how long you watch stuff, and it gets a whole profile. For that, I have one cool story that's 10 years old or something like
use
that.
the front camera for eye tracking or facial expressions as
I've heard it's doing that too. Yeah.
Yeah, like
software is baked in for sure.
you give out so many information just by your behavior. There's a story that's 10 or 15 years old. A girl got ads from YouTube about pregnancy products, and the dad found out and was angry and contacted Google and said, like, that's bullshit. Why are you showing my daughter pregnancy stuff? That's just wrong. And Google answered like, yeah, but our algorithm figured out she was pregnant. That's what our algorithm said. And it turns out she was actually pregnant. Nobody knew, but Google knew already. Your behavior is such, you share so many information about your behavior in these apps that they know a whole lot more about you than you will ever know about yourself. And that's just scary, in my opinion.
Well, man, that answers some questions, because I've had some things to where I've been struggling on trying to figure something out, and then I'll sit down and then there's a how-to video on it, or even maybe something that was like a suggestion that I hadn't even thought of. So it's like it's thinking for me. But now I can question it. When I see a video, it's like, now, is it showing me this for a reason? Do I need to watch this because Google's trying to help me out? And it confuses me.
But
it's
Eric,
not about helping out.
Yeah, but you can look. But you can actually relax because
I'm a serial killer.
We get duct tape or something like that. Duct tape, crack bag, and the shovel.
Listen, this is all about conditioning. You want to condition the people to be more simple, just to take care of their primal needs. The less they know, the better for them. Okay, so they want us all conditioned. But this is just like back in the 50s, man, in the supermarkets. In the 50s, they came up with a system to where to put the food. All the sweet stuff and everything at the end. So while you're waiting in line, you grab some sweet stuff. That's not basic. It's not milk, eggs, or poultry. So they
want to focus on your impulse.
Yeah. So that's the thing. They've been doing that since the 50s, and now they're just doing it better because they have better tools because of technology. But it's the same thing, man. Yeah, but it's the same thing as they had before. Yeah. It's like the local guy, your butcher. Your local butcher. Yeah. If you go every day asking for chicken, if you go on the 6th day, which is Saturday, you don't tell him you want chicken. He will give you the chicken. Same thing, man. Same thing.
They all sell stuff. Yeah. Like some platforms, they want to make money, and they do everything to make money. It's There's a lot of talk about conspiracy theory and whatnot, and their the social media platforms. They want to make money. That's all that they care about. And if it helps them to show you some stuff to get you to watch more, they will do it because they want to make money. That's the whole goal of everything you're confronted with.
What was Red Baron? Would be interesting if America had compulsory voting. We get fines here if we don't vote. $195 if not marked off. Wow. You know what, Red Baron? I wish we did, honestly, because I think that's one of our biggest problems in the United States is because when you walk around and talk to everybody, it doesn't feel like what the numbers usually end up representing, and I feel that that's just because we don't have so many people voting. We're not getting an accurate representation just because people aren't getting out and doing it. Although it doesn't seem American though to force people to vote because America is all about freedom. So I don't really know if that's something that we would ever see happening here. But I can certainly see the benefit of it though, because then you are making more sure that you're getting everyone's opinion. So.
I think that's a global problem because, like here, we vote a lot. Like we vote on every little. We can vote if I don't know if someone in the government can scratch his ass. Sometimes I don't know. We can get to vote on everything. But most votes come from people I don't know, like 40, 50 years plus. The young people don't vote anymore because they think the government fucks them over anyway. There's no reason to vote anymore because just everything doesn't matter anymore. And so we just get the opinions of the old people and never the young people because we have no incentive to vote. I think compulsory voting would be really an interesting concept.
I'd never even heard of that before. That's
I never heard that too.
So
yeah, we don't have that in the Netherlands, but it would be nice that people need to vote, though. But then they would have to open the voting, the places for a longer time, so everybody does get the chance to vote, though.
We get it per mail. That's at least nice. But for us, I gotta be honest, I'm one of the problem. I'm part of the problem. I don't vote on many stuff because, like, we get to vote every 4 months, 3 months, every 3 months, and you get like a big letter that big with pamphlets and everything what you're voting about, and half the time I don't even understand what I'm voting on. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna give it to people that know more than me. It's for us. I think sometimes we just vote too much in Switzerland. It's getting out of hand.
Yeah, every 4 months, that's a lot, though.
Yeah. That's something I hadn't thought about with that compulsory voting or whatever. Yeah, then you're also forcing a lot of people to vote that don't understand the issues, and it could sway the vote in the entire wrong direction because people don't have the option really to. What would almost make more sense to me is if they paid you that money if you did vote, instead of find you
Even
for
an
not
incentive to do it.
So yeah, it's like, so you can do it and get money. So if you want to vote, then, and if you're going to do that, I would think that you'd have a much better chance that people are actually going to look into it a little bit more than if they're just forced to. Then they probably would just whatever. I think that would make more sense. I don't know.
But looking into it, people don't take the time to do the research, to read or do anything. It's the same thing you said before about YouTube. It doesn't take much time or effort, to look into stuff.
Yeah, in the Netherlands, you got these sites, and you can answer a series of questions, and then the website will tell you what the best vote is for you according to the questions you answered. So that could help you vote, but it's not that often. That's every 4 months.
You got to trust. You got to trust the website, right?
Yeah, you got to trust the website. Well, sometimes it will give you like a diagram of like this party likes this part and that part, and then still you have to do your research though. It's because it's really hard,
See, when you'll see stuff like that in the U.S., you'll see something that will supposedly be bipartisan, and then it'll say Democrat benefits are this, and it'll list all the best things you could possibly think from that. And then it'll say Republican benefits, and it'll be just some things that really that aren't that big of a deal. And you can see that it's attempting to be bipartisan, but it's totally not. It's totally favoring one side, and that's because that news network is owned by that side, and you see that everywhere in the U.S. So you, even if you think you're doing the right research, you're usually not.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point. Yeah. Let's get to non-political stuff.
That's enough political stuff. I didn't download a video from Frank and Chill's channel because all his videos are too long, but we're going to take a look at his channel, at least. So,
a video of what, man? Like, what the hell? What?
Usually we download a video of our guest and then show that video, but all your videos are too long, so I'm just going to show your channel just a bit.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Okay, let's see. Screen 4, and then cut. There we go. Oh, that looks weird. There we go.
No.
This is Frank and Chill's channel. There, he got 185 subscribers. He just gained 1, I guess. So I put the link up there in the chat. So please subscribe to his channel. He's been doing it from the car lately.
I like the car.
Yeah, he's trying to copy those disposable guys, I guess.
Hey, some of those guys are doing way better than me, man, and they're just in the car. So it works.
He just has to work out the lighting, though. You have to park somewhere where it's not so much lighting coming from your window, though.
I don't care, man. I really don't care, man.
And then
they can see my silhouette and they can hear my voice. That's it, man.
I like the Hello Kitty there. That's giving a wrong vibe there, right?
Yeah, I know. I was just having a bad day. I needed some Chardonnay to watch the British Madison.
Yeah. Then you got the thing in space. I like the brick wall though. I like here's like the 70s background there. And Star Wars. Oh, this is Star Trek background.
Star Trek now.
Yeah, Star Trek. Yeah, you got some Star Wars as well. What's this green face there?
I don't know, man. It's one of those days.
And then you're wearing a onesie there. What's this?
Yeah, I know. Don't see that video. It's totally cringe. I did this Obi-Wan voice there at the beginning, with the hand thing, and no, it wasn't good.
That I need to like share my sound. I can do that though.
No, don't share it.
No, you just told me to.
Oh my god! Who
Let's see. Is that scan 4? There's no sound there. Let's watch this video then. Is it? Are you guys hearing it?
Yeah.
Not really.
No.
I don't think so.
No, it's not working. Oh, you're lucky, but look that
face.
Hungover, man.
Okay, let's switch back. That's enough.
I get bored sometimes, man. I just get up, put the excess of stuff I got inside somewhere. It's only one of those days.
So what is the reason that you started? You actually started written reviews, right? First, before doing the YouTube.
Yeah, I was doing written reviews for a long time, and then they asked me, how was it? A company said that, I think it was, they told me that I should do video reviews. I'm like, well, maybe I'll look into it. And one day I got a phone and said, okay, we'll start now. That basically
And then you started on YouTube because you were like doing it where? On ECF or somewhere else?
ECF, and then to the other website. I can't remember the name now. Digital Underground, I think. And I'm there. I post my written reviews, and then I'm on Instagram a lot, and my reviews there and YouTube. That's what I like doing.
That's what I like doing, yeah. So from the written reviews, you already got a collaboration with Fupu for a long time, right?
Yeah, Fupu, SourceMore, and a couple of other places, yeah. But the regular places almost everyone gets.
No, I don't get Fupu stuff yet.
I get nothing at all. Have you ever done reviews on YouTube in Spanish? Or tried to do bilingual?
When I got into vaping, my friend here, he helped me from the guy from the store. But then I started getting into the different websites and everything, and that's where I started. I was posting every day in English, so I didn't get into the Spanish side of it that much. I don't know.
That's because you're like a translator to English, and you're very, you're very good at English.
And I also worked in the radio for a long time, so when I record the videos,
that was Spanish, right?
Sorry, in the Spanish radio.
Your radio was Spanish, yeah. Hey, let us hear your Spanish radio voice. Come on.
Okay.
He's got a drink.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Aquí en Radio FM 88. Esta noche de domingo compartimos 2 With or Without You, solo aquí en Radio FM 88.
I like it.
So sexy.
You'd be a good ASMR artist. An ASMR artist.
When I change my voice to English, my sex appeal rating goes down about 5,000 points.
But your singing is still in my mind. It lives in my mind.
My singing sucks, man. Oh, God.
What was Sinatra? What was it?
The banana song from the Beetlejuice. That was funny.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So you were like a Nitrous fan, but you stopped rebuilding. What, you're going to sell off all your Nitroses?
No, I don't know, man. I was thinking of making a package, but I'll keep them. Maybe this is just a cycle, every vapor goes through. So.
I hear a kitty. Did you step on the kitty?
That was a cat.
Yeah, did you sit on the kitty or something? What
I moved
happened?
my chair back and I got a cat.
Oh, poor thing.
I think I just got its tail. Anyways, I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Okay, take care.
I didn't know about the cat thing, and I was going to ask him, Grandpa, Eric, can you not get out of the chair? Because it's happened 2 or 3 times like this. But I didn't know about the cat.
Yeah, yes, all kinds of animals there. Chickens, turkeys, cats.
Yeah.
I think it is going to be very nice to live on a farm, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks cool as fuck. I would love a garden like that.
But I like insects, man. Insects and little bugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No.
You have them as
I get
well?
squeamish.
Just detail the cat, yeah. No worries, it's like lizards. It grows back. Just leave the cat there. It will start growing, don't worry.
Oh, so cute. Meow, meow. They need their tail for balance, right? Let me catch up with the chat, because sometimes it's hard to keep up with the chat, though. I hear the bird attack. Oh, cats, Red Baron says.
I thought it
Eric
was 32.
Eric just detailed the cat. Oh, poor cat. So what's your next review, Frank? What's coming up next?
The Pulse, the IO, the Pulse V2 or something like that?
AIO V2, yeah, I got one here.
Yeah,
Right,
no.
That's
Is that one?
right. Yeah, with the metal doors.
Okay.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
it's the same one, though. He got some special doors for it, though.
Okay.
It's a great AIO, though. You like it?
It's an
It's okay.
AIO, but
It survived.
No.
Show us the tail. Show us the tail.
Is it still there?
The tail is intact.
It's a bit thicker now. It's all swollen up now.
Poor thing.
I got 3 of these little guys right now.
Whoa.
So 3 and then the mama. And I haven't even named them yet. They're getting big. They're almost as big as their mama.
Cat 1, Cat
Okay,
2, Cat 3.
let's start naming this one. Is it a boy or a girl?
This is a girl.
Okay, people in chat, start shouting out names for the cat. Come on. Erica, pick one.
I got 2 little girls and 1 little boy.
No, you can't. You stay until you've got a name. Come on, people in chat. Come on, give the cat a name. Here, Frank started it. Luna on all channels.
Yeah, there's something
I got
wrong.
a funny farm out here.
There's something wrong with the postal signs.
It says it's a girl, right?
Yeah, that one's a girl.
Cheryl Demirs have a cat named Crackhead.
I don't know if we can call this cat Lucky. It just got its tail removed.
Let's call it Ouch My Tail.
Tailless.
The Spanish name for tail is cola. Cola.
Like Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Coca-Cola, the second one.
Cola.
Cola.
That's not bad. I'm not sure if that's the one that I got its
Or
tail or
Taylor,
not, though.
for obvious reasons. Taylor.
Cola.
I like cola, though. I like cola.
Taylor.
Yeah.
I like cola.
Stubby. Stubby. That one.
I've got one of my chickens is a breed that I always thought this chicken kind of looked like a hawk. So when I got it, I named her Tua.
You gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing. You get me?
Apparently, I have that set up
ready.
for you.
Wow, that was impressive, Vic. Wow.
I'm so embarrassed and humanity has just devolved. We're all monkeys now.
I like her. I think she's cool.
Oh, God.
I like it
She
too,
got
though.
the 3rd biggest podcast in the whole US now.
Really? So
Yeah.
so she's right behind Rogan and Theo then? Or
Yeah, I
Kill
think,
Tony or what's
I don't know what's the second one, but behind Rogan.
She's getting huge, and she gets all these questions like she has an OnlyFans or something, and she doesn't.
Well, see, that's the thing. You know, everybody expected her to be that way. And then she came out and she's just this totally wholesome, just really good, honest person. Or at least totally seems like it. And it's like doing all the right things with her newfound fame. And just seems like just a really good person. So,
I think it's cool. She does something cool out of that whole TikTok, right? She's done a podcast and other stuff. I think that's cool.
yeah. And everyone expected her to have that legit 15 minutes of fame. And she's managed to hang in there, man.
Yeah.
So I got to give it to her.
Yeah, she gets invited to all these talk shows and stuff and like that. And she brings her friend along as well.
That friend helps her out.
Yeah, she's better looking. She's better looking.
They made sure she hung on to that friend.
But still, I'm not judging her. I'm just judging
Everybody
that something
else.
like that could have so many people behind it. You know what I mean?
It's definitely weird.
You
but
just want to get a hot school on your thing from her, huh?
Yeah, but I mean, for 15 minutes of fame, if you save a truck or a bus filled with nuns, you need a grenade to save children. I mean, stuff like that, okay. Get your 15 minutes, your 20 minutes, half an hour, but getting it because just of that?
Yeah.
It's weird what gets viral.
You start questioning things like,
It
okay,
goes
so...
viral, and then it's about what you do with it, I guess. And she's trying to milk it.
But why does it go viral? Why does it go viral? I mean, all that people behind it. And you're there in the front and you're watching people run and you're like, okay.
You gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing. You get me?
storm for a viral video. Everything has to be just right because there's so many videos out there for the ones that go viral. And I think with her, it was that same type of thing. It was just her aura and just her demeanor, more than just the joke itself. So, but she's actually from not that far from here. She's Nashville, where that video took place, is about 4 or 5 hours south of here. So I've got it's where a lot of my musician buddies. I've gone down there several times. It's where you go to play music if you live here, and if you want to do something big with music, you go to Nashville. And I think where she lives is somewhere that's kind of on the outskirts of there. They were there partying on the weekend or something. There's this big street down there called Broadway that is just ridiculous. When you go down there on a Friday or Saturday night, man, it's just like shoulder to shoulder in the street, just people going from club to club, and that's where that happened.
Okay.
It's a good time, man. It's wild.
Just quick little tip for the sub-ohm guy: get yourself something like this so you won't bleed anymore. You can get them everywhere, and they're just perfect for opening bottles.
Yeah, I got a certain thing as that as well. But you can also use the scissors. But if you have to use it correctly,
That's right.
That's what I did before. I used the scissor and then like this. I think I showed that one.
Right. And he stabbed himself.
Yeah, I need that. Yeah, I got like 2 of those. I got one like this. I got one like this.
You can get them everywhere.
Yeah. Online, you can find them. I bet you on LPV you can find them.
You know, I bought a pair of flip-flops off Amazon. They were this Reef brand, and when I got them, they had a bottle opener in the underside of one of them.
Okay.
And like,
so you walk on it, but you also open your bottle off the elevator?
That's what you want. When you've been walking on the beach, stepping on dog turds and stuff, I want to open my beer up with that.
Just gotta walk over the bottles.
Here, I'll open your beer for you. No, not like that. God, no, give it back. Come on.
Some extra flavor.
Oh, gross, man.
Well, don't think of everything, you know.
Yeah.
Belt buckle opener, yeah.
Yeah. Kenny used to have a belt buckle opener. Easy, great, but end up looking like you pissed yourself. Yeah, when you open it and the bottle starts squirting.
That sounds like a terrible idea. Yeah. Combining that with drinking and then, that's awful.
I mean, it just looks weird. If somebody is like, I can open your bottle and put it down to his crotch, that will go away.
Yeah,
I just used to use a lighter to open the bottle. Like, you hold the lighter like this, put it over your finger,
and the phone. People have to use the phones to open the beer bottles.
Yeah, Nokia 3210s, the old Nokias. You could use your phone, that was not a problem. Yeah. But to do it with the phone nowadays, it's going to crack your screen.
We played soccer with the Nokia phones, so those things survived everything.
Yeah, you could crack somebody's skull with it.
Yeah, man. I still got my old Nokia 6120 in the drawer somewhere.
Yeah.
I had it, and you could pimp those things out, man. Mine had like an antenna that was something special, and then it had a battery that would light up and had all these little LEDs, and then would vibrate. And I had this fancy like mirror case on the front of it. That phone was pimp.
Yeah, could like replace the front of it with the keypads and stuff? That was awesome.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
That was the 3260, I think, the model, the one, the proper that everyone remembers. That one you could change the colors and everything too.
All the 32s with the snake, on it.
Yeah.
Everybody played the snake.
I had a 5120 and a 6120. And then for a while, just for a minute, I had a Samsung. That's actually what got me on YouTube. Before I got my iPhones, I had a Samsung phone for a minute. There was a smartphone, but I think it was before Android, and it had YouTube on the phone. And I filmed a video on it. And when I got done filming, a thing popped up and said what to do with your video, and YouTube was an option. I'm like, no shit. So I just clicked YouTube, and it's like, okay, start a YouTube account. I'm like, oh, okay. So I just went through the things, posted the video, and then that's how my channel got started. So
Wow.
that was in 2000.
My first smartphone was the Motorola MPX20 or something. I don't know what number it was, but it was like a full open phone, and it ran on Windows 2000 something.
Oh no!
Oh.
no!
And you could like project in infrared the keyboard on your desk and then type there. You know, it was pretty cool though. That was my first smartphone.
And my first was the first Nokia with a touchscreen. That thing was awesome, but you couldn't just like type like this. You had to really hammer your finger in the screen that it worked.
People see you like, he's bad at his phone there.
His phone is so good.
I got my first cell phone in 1997 because when I got my driver's license when I was 16, my parents wanted me to be able to get a hold of it. Because out here, you're way out in the country and you'll just be, miles out away from things. So they wanted me to not be stranded ever. So I got a cell phone, and it was this old Motorola that looked like a brick, man. It was gray. It was smaller than the Zach Morris phone, if you guys remember that from Saved by the Bell. Smaller than that, but not much. And just, like, you couldn't carry it in your pocket or anything. You'd have to have it like in your backpack. And it didn't work for crap because we didn't have service out here, but at least I had it, I guess. So
Yeah, I miss those
Look
phones.
at this now. Look at this now. Having these phones.
yeah,
I miss those phones.
Yeah.
it was a simpler
But you can't
time. But,
survive
man,
without.
but I think
Yeah.
this is amazing, the stuff we can do nowadays. Being able to do this from out here. I mean, and I can be an audio engineer from my house in the middle of nowhere. I could never do that before, and it's great.
I remember like in school that my teacher used to say to me, you can't expect to have the calculator all the time in your pocket. We have supercomputers.
Yeah. They weren't being very forward thinking when they came up with that one.
Yeah, but think if you tell yourself from 10, 20 years ago what you're doing now, that would be imaginable. He would think you're a wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this now. Like we got one from Spain, we got one from Switzerland, one from all the way over the United States, and we're chatting like we're like sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
That's like amazing.
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to forget how to write because I'm getting to the
Yeah.
point now to where I use my cell phone for everything, and I just use the camera. I don't write it down anything. Even at my job, I just use my phone. If I need to get something off the screen, instead of writing it down, I take my cell phone, I take a picture of it, and I just don't even have a pen on my desk. I'm thinking, am I going to forget how to do anything other than sign my name here in a few years?
You got to try writing something from hand. My girlfriend, I tried to do some journaling stuff just for fun, and my handwriting it was always bad, but right now you can't even decipher what I'm writing. I totally forgot how you write.
Yeah, I go to a doctor or something,
Everybody
have to
using
fill
the
out the
decipher
form.
to go to reach
It's tough.
a kid.
And
Yeah,
I think
I
we're
mean,
probably
it's been-
worse about that than what a lot of people are because we're YouTubers, we're techie guys, so we use our stuff and have gotten away from that more. At least
Yeah.
I know I have, but still, yeah, I have to make a conscious effort to not forget how to write.
Yeah.
Yeah, even when
It's
you
weird.
type something in your phone, your phone will finish your word. And you will select that. Yeah, you never have those spelling errors. Or if you have an error, it's a complete different word. Sometimes
I
in
speak
there.
everything. I don't ever type anything. I just go back to correct errors. I use Siri to talk everything.
Yeah, I'm not that far gone, but like my spelling is shit. Like if somebody asks me how do we spell that word, I don't know. Google it.
Wait, let me type. No, it's like this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Mhm.
And some people
Totally
don't just
different.
autocorrect, and you'll see all the errors they made when you're reading back what they wired you, and like, You're not using spelling correction or something. You're weird. You're weird.
Yeah,
But I
press
still
my
do the
list,
thing my work. I got like this list that I have to fill in my mileage, the customer names, the cities. When I'm driving the truck, the mileage, the time that I arrive, the time that I leave. I still have to write that on paper. Well, I do have a board computer where I have to push in, like I'm unloading there, I'm loading there now. Still, they want me to write it as
One
well.
world.
Do you guys ever play with the autocorrect or the auto complete? Where you just type
Yeah.
one word in and then you just pick the next word and the next word and just try to come up
Yeah,
with the most
sometimes
ridiculous
it gives
sentence you
you-
possibly can.
No, it gives me the correct. Sometimes if it gives me the correct next word, I'll just tap that thing. It saves me the typing. Yeah.
Yeah. To see what does it think I would say next? Oh, that.
I just write with the word vape. Vape, smoke, and a bottle, and I got to get some of my hair out. Yeah, that's a sentence I've used before, right?
It sounds like fake news.
Yeah.
Sounds like I'm delusional.
Well, it's starting to warm up out here. It's going to be a nice day. I don't even know how warm it's supposed to get, but we've had beautiful
cold.
weather. It was like low to mid 80s yesterday, and I think it's probably going to be about like that today. And I know that doesn't mean anything for you guys, but
I got 13 degrees Celsius. Don't know
I
if you
got
can
14,
do anything with that.
14 degrees Celsius. Yeah, Eric doesn't have
Whoa.
Alexa outside. Alexa doesn't have Alexa. I can't ask her now to put it in
Oh.
Fahrenheit.
well, you've got me on your world weather, don't you, Bick? What is the weather here?
The world weather? I don't have world weather. I have world clock, but
So, well, on mine, if I think for you guys, I can just go to your world clock and it shows me your weather too, so I can just see where it's doing at your place.
Oh, yeah.
is it?
I love that feature because, like,
It's
if
probably
you're
an
going
iPhone
outside
thing.
of
You
your,
don't have it.
yeah, if you go outside of your country, it will display your current time zone and the one of your home country, right? But
Yeah, it'll
me-
even show, like, for him, I can scroll in his background. If it will show, it'll be
okay.
dark and it'll show rain if that's what it's doing there.
And my world clock
yeah.
is just like this: London, New York, Kolkata, and Amsterdam. Yeah, I got
But
the
then if you
Kolkata
click on one of them, does it-
Vape.
If you click on New York, does it pull up New York weather?
Nope.
Of course, I'm not
Nope.
in New York, so that wouldn't matter.
You're in New York time zone.
Now, for you, if
Yeah,
I
but-
click it, it'll show Amsterdam weather because that's what I set it to.
Yeah,
Close enough,
I'm in Alphen aan de Rijn.
And it's
I don't
usually a
think
lot
you
more
can spell
mild.
that.
Whatever it is here, if it's really blistering hot here, it's just nice there. And if it's super cold here, it's just kind of cold there. It's just like your weather's just a lot more in the middle, while here we have a lot
Yeah,
more
we have temperate weather.
extremes.
Yeah, we got a lot of rain though.
Yeah.
The Netherlands is a rainy country. I mean, we're surrounded by water as well.
And you got no
Yeah.
mountains.
Mountains? We got hills, and then we call them mountains.
Yeah, we're very inland here, so we get some winter storms from the Great Lakes, and we'll get some snow that blows down from that. But we don't get really that much of effect from the ocean unless we have a hurricane like what we had last week. Then we
Yeah.
can.
We don't get those,
Yeah, we don't get those.
thankfully.
Not yet. And Spain is much warmer than the both of me and Melon, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spain has always sounded warm to me. You hear those beautiful Spanish beaches. I want to go.
I want to go.
Open
he
arms.
says.
Yeah,
I do.
Gotta get to Spain too. still on the
Well,
bucket
my
list.
parents live in southern France, like 1 hour away from the Spanish border. And if I go there in the summer, it's crazy hot there.
South of
It's like
France,
35,
really
40
awesome.
degrees Celsius there.
Isn't that Ibiza in Spain?
Yeah,
Ibiza.
Yeah.
like where all the rich people go for the summer, you know, the yachts
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
That's where I want
And
to go,
everybody
man.
parties.
Yeah, you should, Frank, you should go to Ibiza. Party all night long.
Oh yeah, no, I got the body anymore for that, man.
And then take a pill like that guy did in that song when you get there.
The blue pill. So you got a boner
I
all
took a pill
night.
in Ibiza.
I took a pill in Ibiza.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
one.
know you know, Nick. That's your kind of music.
No. But he says that's a cool place to party, but at the end of the weekend, you're just yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Too many
So you go
pills.
there.
Too many pills.
Sorry,
So you go there then.
I've been there 2 or 3 times, but it just thinking about my past, I get so tired, man. That's why I don't have the energy to go to clubs now or anything. No.
That's kind of why
No, I
I've
just
always
don't
been
have
afraid to go to Vegas, man. You know? Afraid I get
Thank you
out
for
of
coming,
control.
Red Parents from Australia, and have a good night.
It's
Keep,
yeah.
keep your
Thanks,
hands
Red
above the
Baron.
blanket.
It's just, yeah, I hear you on that one, man. That's why that's why I don't go to certain party towns anymore either.
Yeah. Okay. Vegas, that's a dangerous one. That was. It took me. I had to muster a lot of strength to not go to the dark side when I was in Vegas. Yeah,
It would be tempting.
that was tempting, really tempting.
They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but I
No,
don't know. I don't know that it always would.
never.
With everybody
With
holding a
social
cell
media.
phone? No.
Yeah, nothing
No,
stays
no.
anywhere anymore, does it?
Nothing stays anywhere anymore, yeah. I used to party like 2 to 3 days straight without sleep, but I can't do that anymore
Yeah.
since I'm not using all those snorting substances and
Since you're not
swallowing
so chemically
substances.
enhanced these days.
Yeah, I can't anymore after all.
Yeah, I had my fun, but we grow up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We
man.
live our lives though, yeah.
Or
But
at
from
least
our
some of us do,
perspective,
man. Had a lot of buddies
Yeah.
that didn't grow up, and a lot of those buddies
Yeah.
aren't around anymore
Yeah.
because they didn't grow up. And so
yeah,
they grew
You gotta
down,
grow up sometimes.
way down.
So I'm lucky I quit actually.
Yeah, well, you have to. And when I was messing around with stuff like that when I was young, I always knew that this is a temporary thing. It's like, hey, man, you're just doing this because you're young. Like when I used to smoke cigarettes. Like, man, you're gonna have to quit this one of these days. When you turn 30 or get married, you'll have to quit. And I turned 30, I got married, and I quit. And I used to drink, and I'm like, man, about time you have kids or get around 40, you're gonna have to quit this. And then I did. So just one of those things. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You just have to know when to stop.
Yeah, I think you got to live at some point in your life.
Yeah, you
have
got
fun.
it right, though. You got it right, though.
And how is it in the States? Like around here, I've noticed the drinking age where you go to parties and you drink. For most people around here, it's like from 15 to maybe 18 to 20. And I've heard a lot of people like in States tell me like, yeah, no, we started at 21. Is that
Yeah,
thing?
here there's a taboo on alcohol still here, and it's banned completely until 21. So you're not even allowed to ingest it anywhere if you're under 21. You can actually get charged for if you drink alcohol and you're under 21 and you're in public, you can get charged for that. So
That's hard.
so you don't see much of a drinking culture at all. I mean, yeah, you see some underage drinking, but yeah, it really the drinking party crowd here is 21 to 21 to mid 30s mostly is what you're going to see at your clubs. So yeah,
That's
I can
interesting.
imagine, man, if we had, well, I don't know. I think we would probably have less teenage drinking if it was legal, because then it wouldn't be, the whole stigma wouldn't be attached to it.
No.
You know?
Yeah, around here it's also illegal to drink under the age of 16 for beer and 18 for everything else except wine and beer. But here the people that are selling are getting the fines. If you're 14 and drink beer, you just get a slap on the wrist and get a drive home and talking to, but no legal repercussions. So
like
for
at
us, it's
15, you
really
can buy beer, and then you can buy liquor at like 18.
With 16 you can buy beer.
16.
But most shops only sell after 18.
Here it's
but
18.
It's Switzerland's a little bit strange that way. And like for us, seeing a 14-year-old drink beer is something like we're the youths, but nobody really cares, right? I mean, with 15, I got drunk, and that was normal. Switzerland is really strange that way. Like we start young.
Here it's moving in the opposite direction, really. Like even from when I was young, man. I remember when I was young, when you got 18, you moved out. Either because you went to college or if you started working somewhere, but you generally moved out. And now, man, these kids are staying home, living with their parents till they're in like their late 20s, and that's completely normal.
Yeah,
And,
the 35-year-old basement virgin living at his mom.
You always had those, but now it just seems very standard. Like people aren't embarrassed at all to be living at home when you're like 24. And back in my day, if you were still living at home when you were 24, you were kind of a loser. So it's just, and I don't know, everything's moving towards older. People are staying young for longer, and I think a lot of that's because of people are living longer. But trying to imagine 15-year-olds drinking here in the United States and that being legal is just crazy to me.
Yeah, but I think the moving out is here too. Like I moved out with 23, and was completely normal because you can save money. And why should you? It's also different in Switzerland. We are a lot closer, so even if I start working somewhere else, I don't have to move. So for us, that's pretty normal, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, that usually.
But I think it's also beautiful, right? I mean, if kids can stay kids longer, that's a good thing. We should celebrate that.
I think it is. I totally agree with you on that. Absolutely, because we shouldn't have to deal with those kinds of decisions that come with those type of things until we're more mentally prepared. So I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's what I love about the States with the college and all of that. You can decide what profession you want to have later on. Like I had to decide what profession I want to have, what job I want to have at the age of 13. Most kids decide at like 14, 15.
So everyone's going to be an astronaut then.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. Well, here there's a problem because you can legally be in the military when you turn 18, and the military really goes after high school students to enlist. But then the drinking age is 21. So there's a whole lot of people that are angry about that you can fight and die for your country that you cannot legally have a beer in. So the thing is,
you have to go to have a beer before you die, you know.
So the conundrum is: do we lower the drinking age, or do we raise the age to join the military? And I know we'll never do that, because if they make everyone have to wait until 21 to sign up for that, you're not going to have that many people signing up for it. So it wouldn't surprise me.
Because people already get a job, or they got like this career.
Right, people
already
are involved at that point. Yeah, you got to get them when they got no idea what they're going to do next.
How is it in the Netherlands and Spain? Do you have compulsory military like we have in Switzerland, or is it only professional?
We had it. No, we had it here in Spain. Yeah, the obligation for the military. Yeah, we had it here, but they took it off like 5, 10 years ago, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
We took it
It
out
makes sense.
a lot more years ago already. You used to have it, but they took it out.
No.
But they
What?
might be considering to put it back in now with the Ukraine stuff and
Nobody
stuff like
wants to
that.
What is it?
You never
I don't
know.
even know.
At the age of 18, we have to go to a test where you're gonna be recruitment test where you're gonna get judged how your physical health is and everything like that. And if you're physically healthy, you gotta enter the military at like 19 or 20.
So
And
you
you
got
gonna-
declined. So you got
Wow.
declined, right? Did you check?
Yeah, we have two stages of declination or whatever you want to call it. It's wait a minute, I forgot the word. Anyway, and we have two stages. At the first stage, you can do military, but you gotta do like civil services stuff, working the flooding and natural catastrophe and all of that. And the second stage, you just have to pay. And I'm in the second stage somehow. I don't know how I did it, but I managed to do that.
Man, I hope you don't ever go to something like
That would
I'm
be
in
my
charge
job.
of deploying smoke screens on the battlefields.
I don't see us
Nobody
ever
can see
doing
us.
something like that. 'Cause that seems very un-American.
Yeah,
So-
for us it's tradition. Like military is really a tradition here, but military has nothing to do with the military, you know. For us, if we see soldiers run past us, we're just laughing at them like, ha, what are you doing? Those silly guys. They don't do anything. It's military's a joke here, really. It has nothing to do with war, nothing to do with national security. It's just a sports club, in my opinion.
I see.
Oh, they're fit
Pretty
boys.
serious here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's different for the US, right? Because you actually go to war. We don't do that. We
Yeah.
have the countries around us that do that for us.
Here you'll go all over the planet and be there for a long time.
Here you only do that if you go do like professional. If you enlist and it's your job to go to the military, you can do that. Then you have missions or stuff you go to do in other countries, but even that it's really, really small. That's
Now
a small
here the
part.
reserves are a big thing. A lot of people do that, and that's a really good program for a lot of people. It's just 2 weeks out of the year they go for training, and then that's
Yeah.
pretty much the entire 2 weeks they're gone. And then it's just one weekend out of the month they're there, and then they're at the base for training or whatnot. But then they're basically on call to get shipped out. But a lot of people do that here.
Yeah, we have that like mandatory. We have 4 weeks of training you have every year until you're like 28 or something like that, 30, 32, somewhere like that.
That's mandatory for everyone.
That's mandatory for every man. Women
Wow.
are
That's a woman. That's race. That's
Don't have to.
genderist.
Yeah, you couldn't do that here because no way. That's sexist. Yep, absolutely.
That's sexist.
And then
Women
if you would have
can
to do
go
that,
if they
people would be
want.
trying to jump sides so they wouldn't have to do it. You'd have all the men trying to turn into women so they wouldn't have to do the training.
we had that happen. We had that happen already.
What about the Swiss Navy? What about the Swiss Navy?
Yeah, we actually do have a navy. That's the fun part. We have one.
You don't
Well,
have a
like-
sea. You don't have a sea.
Yeah.
So it's
It's-
landlocked and you
it's
have a
for-
navy? That's
We
great.
have for the lake of from Zurich. There's like one boat from the military on there. Don't know what they're doing exactly,
Does
but
it carry airplanes?
we do have
I want to be the
airplanes.
guy
Airplane
who's the
carrier?
captain of that ship. Then he could just be like,
Yeah.
I am the admiral of the entire Swiss Navy.
You know, one part about the airplanes, we have airplanes in the Swiss military, and we bought new planes like 10 years ago. And the one we wanted to buy had a problem. It couldn't turn in Switzerland. We always had to fly over France to turn the plane because we're that small.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, makes sense. We have one totally.
Yeah.
This is fucking one. I need to ask permission to fly over France airspace. Do I have permission? And ne pas de parler français. Oui, oui.
I got to show this one off. I love these little vapes. This Memory Lane. He sent me a couple of these. These are these nice little THC vapes. But, Just had to show off what I was vaping on.
Just one story about Swiss airplane. What's it called? The military branch that does airplanes?
Air Force.
Air Force.
Yeah, Air Force.
About
What they call
Swiss
it here.
Air Force. Our Air Force is to intercept planes that enter Swiss airspace that aren't allowed to, right, and get them out of the country. And we had an incident that an airplane entered our airspace at like 10 o'clock in the evening, and the Swiss Air Force said, no, we only work from 8 to 5. That's not our problem. Friends can come in and do that stuff. I love
can't
that.
defend
That's
the
so
country because
Swiss.
the military's off right now.
That's so Swiss. Like, yeah,
Wow.
no time for war. We're on work.
The Swiss Army knife is closed. Yeah.
So much, man.
Well, it's starting to get like that with some of the cities here, some of the Democrat cities in the United States. It's like, we have to commit the crime after a certain time at night because they know that's when the police aren't working.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I saw the best sign at the beach. It's online somewhere on social media. Crime is illegal at and then a time range during the night. Like, yeah, but I think crime's also illegal during the day.
well, yeah. Well, there's some cities here out on the West Coast to where, okay, they've taken the funding away from the police so much that they were so overwhelmed that they've made it legal. If you steal under a certain amount, they cannot prosecute for it. They cannot prosecute if you steal less than $900. So
Makes
you have all
total
these
sense.
people just making just petty theft all over the place because they know they can get away with it because there's not enough police to arrest them for it. So all the stores are closing.
Yeah, that's shouting at the same time, defund the police, and the police needs more training. Makes sense to me.
Makes sense to me. So you have like a Spanish live stream later, right, Frank and Phil? What time does that start?
At 7, I think.
So you got an hour. Oh, still got an hour. Okay,
I
we got
think that
time. Still got
Gonna
an hour.
miss every
Now, we've been live for 2 hours. I think that's about enough for today, I guess.
That seems to be about our time.
Yeah.
I think that's good. That's a good movie.
Show. We had some good laughs. I enjoyed the show. Just thank you for coming, Frank and Jill, joining us. It was fun.
Yes,
Was
thank
good
you,
fun.
Frank.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
So everybody in chat, thank you for joining us, and everybody in the replay, thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to Vaping Melon and Frank and Chill, and Eric Badwell, of course, and to me.
And don't
Thank you
forget
for
Baby
watching.
Vic.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for joining.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.